And so you see what I've been telling you. It's nothing like it seems. It's what I've been telling you.
Well, I don't mind to slow down anymore. I don't mind the sound of my shoes on your floor. I don't mind selling out or playing cover songs, just as long as friends and family sing along.
You ready?
I'm ready. I'm excited to go now. Now that we're like
For now.
here, I'm like,
Let's
all right,
do it.
can we just go?
Now let's wait until it's late and really cold.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, the time is very near. We're just kind of chilling out. We don't wait a couple of hours. Our wind should start to fill in. So that'll be a couple hours we don't have to motor. We could leave now and we'd get into St. Augustine like 11 or something like that, but we'd probably wind up motoring for the first 4 hours. And, you know, it's not that bad, but we don't have to be there at any particular time as long as it's daylight, so we're just kind of kicking back, resting a little bit, trying to we're kind of amped up, so trying to chill out a little bit, get the boat ready. Got everything kind of tied up and ready to go. Our deck light, all of our running lights, anchor light, all that stuff is working. So we're just excited to get going. We are ready. It's been a long time coming, and we feel like we've been here a year. The place has been good to us, but this time was a really stressful year for me in a lot of ways. Just trying to organize our financial situation and sell our previous boat while I was working. And then my mom passed away in May, and there was a lot of difficulty for her leading up to that, and that was a very tough time, and we weren't really able to be there for a lot of it. And we went back to Ohio a few times just to try to be there, and it was a hard, stressful year, frankly, right up until the point, where we actually did succeed in getting the boat, because there was a lot of times where I was not sure it was really going to happen at all. And then it's been just like a whirlwind 6 months of work on the boat, and me working a ton of narration jobs just to, make as much money as possible while we're paying for all this stuff on the boat. And now we're finally leaving. It's kind of surreal, but I'm proud of us. I'm proud of Lauren and myself and Rivers. He's 3. He doesn't entirely get what the heck we're doing, but his favorite book when we put him to get to bed is Boats Float, and it's got every kind of boat you can imagine in it, and he loves to go through and name all of them and ask about this and ask about it. It's cool. And proud of Cecilia. We have a good boat, and I think we've done really good things with her. And we know more things are going to need done, and we know things are going to break and go wrong, and I feel like we're ready for that. Well, I'm going to go just kind of lay down, chill out. I'm taking pretty much the first watch. I think Lauren and I'll both be up here until we get out of the channel, so that'll take a couple hours. And then I've got the first night watch out on the ocean. So I'm going to kind of relax a little bit and get ready. See you out here in a little bit. Okay, let it go. So long, Brunswick. Well, it is middle of the night. I think probably about 3 a.m., somewhere in that neighborhood. We are just cruising down the coast pretty much. It took quite a while to get out of St. Simon's Inlet just because it's such a long way from Brunswick, and then the inlet itself is really long. It goes way out through some shallows, and it's just really long, skinny, narrow channel. I got us pointed south because pretty much once we get outside that channel, you're headed almost due south towards St. Augustine. That's where we are. Got, I don't know, probably 3 to 4 foot seas, a little bit rolly. We're not getting the wind that was predicted yet. We should have had 10 to 12 knots filling in from due west or a little north of west by now, and we're not getting it. We've only got maybe 3 knots of wind. It's more or less from the west, but it's not enough to give us any sailing yet. So we'll hope as the night goes on, we get a little bit more wind and we can keep this thing from rocking and rolling quite so much.
So you see what I've been telling you. It's nothing like it seems. It's what I've been telling you. Oh, you'd learn what I mean if you came. But the risk, are you willing to take?
Good morning, all. Well, Lauren took her shift and got us to Sunrise, and it's a really nice one. Good night. No huge complaints. We finally got some wind not too long before sunrise, and got our sails out. We're flying full sail right now, doing about 6'9", 7'5", somewhere in there, with about 14 knots of wind. We're currently just cruising along. I think we're over halfway. So far, so good.
This is Warship 116, standing by on channel 16, over.
Practicing turning right.
Yep. Are you cold?
It's been pretty rolly. It's been a wavy one. There's a lot more waves coming from the west than was predicted. There really wasn't any predicted. They were supposed to be coming from this direction. It'll be anywhere from 2 to 4 feet. But the closer we are on the shore, the less waves there are. I noticed it didn't seem as wavy. And that's because there's not as much room for the waves to build up. Meanwhile, we were humming along quite nicely. We wound up reefing down a little bit. Just boat was sailing pretty good with full sail, but our apparent wind was getting up in 17, 18, 19, and it was just getting a little uncomfortable. Now she's just trucking along. About 10:30 in the morning. We don't know exactly, but I think we're going to get in about 1 probably. So, 2.5 hours to go.
Then that way too?
Can't complain so far.
We're going under.
Police officers.
We're going under. That was fun. That was
Oh,
fun.
you thought it was fun? Of course you did. There's a flip.
Well, we're celebrating our successful anchoring with cough drops and hot chocolate.
It was cold.
It was quite frigid today, windy. We both got very little sleep. So I'm feeling okay, but these two have been a little under the weather.
A little hot chocolate and not moving for a day.
Yeah.
I think that'll cure us.
Here we are in St. Augustine.
We made it!
We have not left the boat. But today we're enjoying the fact that we don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So, we hope you enjoyed our very, very first, not our first voyage, but our first voyage, I don't know, how do we, our first step of our, like, actual journey, I guess. Alright, you can see we're all pretty tired still, so we're just going to say goodbye.
'Cause the wandering heart is not my own. In the love I get is the love I've shown. Won't you come